In this video, we're going to take a look at activity 3.1.3, Basic Inputs Programming, Part 5C, which is going to be called Determining Hue with the Optical Sensor. So we're going to be given a program here in a second, but each hue for a color is assigned a degree from 0 to 359 on the circle. Using those numbers, the optical sensor can detect the hue and provide a number that corresponds to the color that we see around closely within that particular range. Now, one thing I'm going to note is I do have a document camera that I do have a light that turns on. This does tend to mess with the optical sensor, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off that light just because it's close, and I've noticed it does throw off some of the values. So we do have a provided code from for this here. I've got two comments that I've already put in and have already typed out what we have, and now I can go ahead and go into VEX code and start building the rest of the program. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to grab a couple of items. One, we're going to set the optical sensor's brightness power, the LED, to 100%, and we're going to set that light to be turned on. From there, I can go ahead and grab another comment block and snap it there. The comment we're going to write is when object found, change the pin color and print hue of the object. By doing that, I'm going to go ahead and find the wait until statement. We want to go to sensing, find the optical sensor, grab when it says does this find an object. So we want to wait until it does find an object. Then we go up to looks. We're going to set our pin color to purple. We're going to then print hue equals on the brain, and then we're going to print what that value is reading at. So I'm going to go back down to sensing, and I want to find that optical sensor and say that what is the hue in degrees, and I'm going to go ahead and put that into the condition. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to download the program, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the run button. So now I'm going to see the lights for the optical sensor turned on here at the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use an orange Gatorade cap to try to get a reading on what color that we have. Right now the screen says that we're getting a hue of 26. So when I check my color wheel to see the corresponding, 26 would be right in here around 30, which is definitely, you know, for an orange Gatorade cap, where would definitely be within the ballpark for that particular color. So we definitely see that this program works and how it's kind of set up. So they want us to try out different objects. Feel free to go ahead and do that. Try different colors of objects and go ahead and put those in there, and you know, things like that. And then like here, would you be able to predict what color based upon the hue if you were just given how many degrees that the optical sensor was reading and things like that. Now when we get done, you can go ahead and share this program. Let me go ahead and hit stop. You can share the program. This is part 5C, and then now that we're going to be ready to go on to part 5D, I'm going to go ahead and go to File, Save As, and I'm going to go ahead and change over the file name to part 5D and hit Save. Now looking ahead, I'm going to go ahead and leave some parts of my program here for part 5D. I'm going to go ahead and leave the first two comment blocks, and then I'm going to leave the set opticals and even probably the wait until and stuff like that. So actually I'm going to keep a lot of this program for next time, and then we'll just make some modifications. So check out the next video where we're going to be looking at detecting a color with our optical sensor.